Hi there, welcome. Today we are going to talk about an AI app that I don't think gets enough attention. So, first, let's start with the problem. If your papers, reports are starting to sound like AI slop, stop. Probably using ChatGPT too much. That's fine. ChatGPT is a great tool. I actually use it to help me with this video, but that being said, being too reliant on it can cause brain rot. So that's why we are going to go over an alternative app, and this time we're going to head over to Google and we're going to take a look at NotebookLM. If you're doing any kind of research, you should definitely take a look at NotebookLM. What does it do? Well, just think about it as a junior researcher that connects the dots and makes sense of all of your notes. In this tutorial, we are going to give this app a spin, and I'm going to show you the different ways that you can use Notebook. So as you can see, I'm on the Notebook page now. I've created some different reports, but we're going to create a new notebook by clicking on this plus sign. And the first thing you need to do is upload sources. The sources can come from Google Drive, they can come from a website link, or you can upload resources that you have on your drive. I have a bunch of links. Let's see if I can easily upload the links. Oh, this is interesting. Let's put website. Okay. So click on website, and I actually have about 7 different URLs. I did some research. Here we go. Pasted all of them. We're going to click on insert and see what happens. Let's see if it accepts all of these links. Yes. So we're going to do some research on cash management. If you are a small business owner or a business owner of any type, it's really important to know how you are managing the day-to-day. Before we continue, as you can see, this was not accepted. I think I might have given it the wrong link, so we're going to leave that out. But if you look to the left-hand side, I have websites, and I actually also have PDFs. Okay, getting back to the middle of the page, it says the essentials of cash flow. So right off the bat, this actually just summarized all of the 7, see if I got this right, 6 sources that I put over here. The first way I like to use NotebookLM is you can just ask it questions. So you can say, how do you explain cash flow management to a 5-year-old? And it's thinking, it's going to give you an explanation. And while it's giving an explanation, we can take a look. Oh, here it is. This looks like a very sophisticated 5-year-old. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, maybe this is not 5-year-old, because I don't know how many people use the word query. All right. So what I will say is this is definitely not 5-year-old territory, but it does simplify the topics by saying money in, selling things. This is about money that comes into the business, money that goes out of the business. The examples are good. I'm not sure if this is like 5-year-old territory, but it's definitely not like 9th grade territory. And if you look over here, you have basic questions about the information, like why do small businesses fail? So these are questions that are related to cash flow management. And if you click on them, it will give you an answer. So while we're waiting on that, if we look at the studio has to be like the best part. So while that's generating, I love the studio because you can actually go and you can create a mind map. We're going to create all of these. We're going to create a mind map, report. We're going to make this report, let's say, a blog post, flashcards for studying, my favorite audio overview, and video overview. While we're generating the content, let's look at how it answered the question, why do small businesses fail? So it tells you how cash flow management is the reason why small businesses fail. And it says, wow, 82% of small businesses fail to cash flow problems. That sounds about right. And this just gives you a report, and it gives you the information and background you need. And we didn't even read any of these, like 6 different sources. It goes to hypergrowth, self-inflicted wounds, tying cash up into inventory. So this is pretty comprehensive. And you can just save this as a note. Okay, let's get into the studio. So the first thing I like to do is look at the mind map. And if you look at the mind map, this is CFM, cash flow management. And if we click on the caret, it goes into the definition. Why is it crucial? This basically gives you the 6 different topics, and it organizes it for you. Let's go with challenges and risk. And as you can see, that this is a pretty robust outline. If you want to download it, you can download it here. I'm going to actually put this as good content. If we click away, let's see, and go to Studio, we also have a report. So this is basically, this is the note. Let's go back to Studio. It's still generating a report, but the flashcards are ready. And I don't know, let's say that you're training someone new, or if you have an intern, taking all these sources and turning them into flashcards is a great way for them to learn a topic related to your business, such as what is the definition of cash management? According to Yale source material, cash management is often compared to what essential system on a cruise ship? You click here and you see the answer. Plumbing system, essential, but no one notices when it fails. If you don't know what that means, you could actually click on explain, and it explains it right here. And it goes over the analogy. So this is a great tool for learning, and it's very interactive as well. If we go back to Studio, we have our blog post, which is ready. And it has an introduction. It actually has a nice little chart here, a table, I should say. It breaks it up into different sections. Profit is an opinion, but cash is fact. And so just like everything that you take from AI, this is a great draft. And if you do have like blank paper syndrome, this is a great way for you to just take a look at this draft and be able to craft it into a blog report that you can publish. And let's see. So I'm still waiting for my favorite part of the studio. So my favorite parts of the studio is actually the audio and the video. So the video is usually like around 6 or 7 minutes. We have the generating audio. We're going to give this about 30 seconds. And if this doesn't finish, then I can actually show you a finished audio or finished video. Let's see, what else do we have here? So once again, we have Discover. So if we want to learn more about the sources, we can do Discover. Let's see. This is very much like the notes section. So you could say, what is a good cash flow management system for bakeries. I hope I spelled bakeries correctly. And let's see what that gives us. So this gives us the different sources that we can look at. Um, and this actually goes into Reddit. So this goes beyond the different sources that you have to the left. The thing that I really love about Notebook LM, you don't have to leave the actual platform. Like, this is great. This is from Folio, Food Tech. And finally, my favorite part of the studio, this is ready. And if you listen, I listen to a lot of podcasts, and if you actually listen to this, it blows my mind. So I'll just play it.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today we are cracking open the balance sheet. We're going to focus on a topic that's, well, let's be honest, profoundly unsexy, but it's absolutely existential for every entrepreneur: cash flow management. Look, if you are running a business, especially a small one, or maybe one that's scaling up really fast, you really need to hear this. The stakes here are just brutally high. We've all seen the numbers, right? Something like a devastating 82% of small businesses fail. And it's not usually because they had a terrible product or, a bad market fit. It's simpler and harsher than that. They just ran out of cash. They suffocated.
So I'm not going to play all of the 16 minutes and 46 seconds, but if you want to research a topic, and if you are driving, if you're cycling, if you're taking a walk, sometimes I take a bunch of sources from the left and I turn it into the podcast so that I am better able to understand what they're talking about. We're still generating a video, so what I'm going to do is actually go into one of my previous here, this is the end of the de minimis and reporting and rising import cost. So if you look here, I actually created a video, and this is the video that Google creates for you. Oh, do I have to generate this again? Oh, here's the video.
You know that feeling when you score an amazing deal online from a seller overseas? Well, chances are you've been benefiting from this century old trade rule that almost nobody's ever heard of. But that's all changing. A huge U.S. policy shift is ending that duty free perk, and it's about to directly hit the price and the speed of your international packages.
So here's what we're going to break down. First, what even was this de minimis rule? Then,
So I'm not going to play the whole thing, but that just shows you that all I had to do was just press create video and video overview, and that's the video overview that I received. If we go back to cash flow, so as you could see, the video actually takes a while. I think it's been around 5 or 10 minutes. And that's it. That is Notebook LM. I believe that it is the most underrated AI app. If you have any questions, let me know. I would love to go over this app. If you have any questions about AI productivity, also let me know. And if you need any help or if you want a consultation, I have a link below and can't wait to see you next time. Bye.